Hey everybody, and welcome back for another episode of Tiny Tina and the Tenacious Testicles. I am Rock Lee Smile, and we've got Alpaca Patrol, Last Grey Wolf, and Baer Taffy back by request. How's it going, everybody?
Oh,
I'm not ready for that, man. I take like small leaves of absence, and I'm never prepared for Tiny Tina's testicular torsion.
That's not what I said. But
Tiny Tina. She's got testicular torsion. I would never want. Have you guys heard actually what testicular torsion is?
I
It
saw
sounds
the
awful.
Scrubs episode. It's awful.
Oh, that sounds bad. Yeah.
Anything involving your testicles and not lightly fondling is probably the whole worst thing in the world.
I just said
That's
tenacious, though, so like, I don't know.
You did say that, yeah.
Tenacious D.
Tenacious Testicular
D.
Torsion. That's their fourth album. I also do want to say, since this is kind of a rare occurrence on my channel these days, and it's pretty much my fault because these guys invite me all the time and I'm just an asshole, this is a regular series that happens over on Rob and Nick's channel, and I'm lucky enough to be a guest sometimes. So you guys should definitely go check them out. Links in the description.
Oh,
There's like 180 episodes of this.
Yes,
Yeah.
there are, and
You
there
like
are
us
just
talking.
as many in-jokes as well, so...
Yeah, there's a
If
lot
you're a
of
new viewer, welcome to You Won't Understand Any of This, hosted by us four.
my cannolis. You know what's great
Yeah,
about
my
the Magic
cannolis.
series? The great part about the Magic series to me is that we have a lot of in-jokes, yeah, but we have a lot of in-jokes that happen before the episodes begin, so they're in-jokes
Right.
that even the viewership gets to enjoy.
Get.
Yeah, they don't even get to enjoy them. Like, we just say them and they just accept it as like, oh, that's just some other random bullshit that these fuckers are saying now.
Yeah.
And we keep getting comments that are like, man, I really wish that you guys just played anything but Magic. I would so love to watch this. And then we're like, you know what? We're just going to play Magic again, but only for 5 minutes.
Did you guys really make a 5-minute episode?
No, the game was 5 minutes long. The episode was an hour and a half long.
Oh my god.
It was probably the worst one in like recent memories.
Oh,
last
no.
But it had some of the best conversation.
It was really
It did. It did. Yeah, yeah. It
We
was.
discussed Twitch and streaming.
Nobody's watching this series for the magic. I mean, that's a
You
given.
say
isn't it?
that.
You
yet.
say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do get the comments a lot sometimes, though.
And those people, I'm sorry, but there's probably some other more magic-related episodes on Twitch. That
Are
you can
there
watch.
other like long-running 4-player magic series on YouTube?
I
So.
don't know.
Or Strategy did Magic, I think, every Friday or something, but I think he actually just plays the game, so...
More like every Monday and Friday, am I right?
Ew. That's the
Well-
schedule for our series.
Yeah.
Friday
Oh,
is
I thought he was just like
community
making an
Magic Day.
observation and you turned it into a joke. Like, yeah, he does. He sure does.
He really does do it Mondays and Fridays.
I love you.
Yeah, you're really bringing out a gauntlet.
Yeah, that's an old one. That's an old one coming back.
Oh, it's coming back. I'm just trying to think of all like the ones I can remember, but there's so you forget them like almost instantly as they start.
Well, you're
It's
you're
actually
thinking
it's
of
a
ones.
pattern of thinking. You'll just fall into it and figure them
Yeah.
out.
You're thinking of ones that were from the last time I was here. I think.
Well, were you part of I Love? I think you
Oh,
came
yeah.
in at the
I came
episode
in
after
right when I Love
yeah.
You was starting to,
Were
you know.
part of I Love
apex.
You?
Sounds like a new U2
Such a
album.
unique experience to our series.
I love you.
I love.
I'm trying to figure out all your new decks here. I'm still rocking my classic. This is the deck I made, and then never went back into the deck builder deck.
Yeah.
I eventually, like, I made a new deck that I had to play because these guys bitched and moaned about Inferno Titan for a while, and then Austin wouldn't switch his deck, and so I was like, you know what, fuck it, Inferno Titan Goblin deck's coming back.
Yeah, but Inferno Titan's banned legally.
Yeah, he's not banned though.
Like I don't understand why.
I
it's
think my win rate when I actually play Inferno Titan is actually quite low.
Well,
In all seriousness,
I think the only time I can remember where you lost to Inferno Titan is when I also had Inferno Titan,
Mm.
and I stole your other Inferno Titan.
Yeah, that was dick.
That was dick.
That was
That-
that was some dick.
That was dick. Baer seems to be advocating for the Beast currently.
Oh, yeah.
What's all this about?
I'd like to give you all a pamphlet if you don't mind.
Oh, well.
It's a leaflet,
Wait,
more like.
do you want me
there's not
to
enough
kill that
information.
thing?
Oh, is it
Maybe.
Death Touch? That was dumb. Yeah,
All
go
right.
ahead and kill it.
All right.
Get rid of the Death Touch, I guess. That's fine. That's like a freaking Hearthstone style trade right there.
Yeah, there you
It
go.
just said like, oh, like,
Uh-oh.
oh, yeah, I do want you
Oh,
to kill it.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That
yeah,
would've
kill
messed
it.
me up.
Yeah, I do.
I want you to.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like a bunch of walruses mating.
You guys are liking Magic the Gathering. Those are the Planeswalkers 2015.
It's like Jamie Heinemann's walruses and Batman all in a dark pit together, all sweaty.
That was a lot of words.
That might have been too much. I don't know if there's ever a joke or reference that's had too much, but you might have achieved that. I think there was too much there.
Let Dracula Fetus animate it or something.
Yeah, that's fine.
You'll just animate heads exploding in the audience as they view it.
I was contractually obliged to say that.
You can't fucking make up for it now, man. These
I'm
guys
trying
don't
to
even
get rid of them
understand
now
it.
so we don't have to do them on the next one.
We'll just say, for a point of reference, go listen to the last episode of Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
Those are the Planeswalkers.
Excuse me?
2014. Magic.
You
mean the Roundtable podcast?
No. I'm saying, yeah, never mind. It doesn't matter. Not only does the audience not get it, but Rob and Austin don't get it.
No, we don't get it at all, yeah.
I'm just laughing along, man. I'm pretending. I want to feel part of this.
These are in jokes for me and Bear only. I don't want Rob and Austin to get these.
Fair enough.
I should just start making in-jokes for each individual person, so then they just become jokes.
Mm-hmm.
You can never get this.
You can never win.
We should all just get our own in-jokes.
Yeah.
Just our own personal
No, damn
in-jokes.
it. Don't do that.
We should
Come
go...
back.
At the end of this episode, we should all go write one in-joke, and then come back the next episode and try and sneak in the in-joke at some point, and then the other people have to guess if that is the in-joke that they wrote. It's a game.
Luck is a skill you have to learn.
God damn it.
A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me.
I'm really glad you know that part of the song.
Rob, look up the last part of the song and then sing that part.
Not gonna do
Or
that.
each part that's not the chorus.
No, I'm not gonna do that. That's another in-joke that people don't understand either.
I think it was...
So we did karaoke when we were at PAX, and one of the songs was No Scrubs, and Rob chose to sing it, but he forgot that there's a whole speaking part at the end of that song, and then it just kind of fell apart at the
He
end.
also forgot that there was verses to the song.
Yeah, I just thought the whole
I
song was the
expect-
chorus. Turns out that songs aren't just choruses. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that, because
Some of
really,
them.
modern pop songs are pretty much just choruses. So,
Shots
Yeah, a lot of
fired
it-
at Modern Pop. I hope they're not watching.
yeah. Suck it, modern pop stars. We're gonna have Taylor Swift in the comments hey.
God damn it, Taylor Swift.
That's all she'll say.
Stop watching
Just-
our videos.
It's hey ... and then a frowny face from the official Taylor Swift YouTube account.
Yeah, the
It's
Vivo.
At official Taylor Swift Vivo. Yeah.
Apparently Taylor Swift is a very nice lady. And
I don't agree.
Yeah,
Did you
I
meet
think
her
she's-
when you were on site at Harrison Ford's plane crash?
Yeah. Apparently
You
he's
still
got
have bones all over the sidewalk.
Yeah,
That's another one of those before the episode even started in jokes. You're keeping track at home.
God damn,
some
guys.
Bone puker.
Phone puke?
What are you saying? What
He's
are
the
the
puker
words?
of bones. He puked up some bones. He's a bone puker.
Can you even puke up bones? You'd have to...
Owls can.
Well, they're not their bones.
I want you to answer all questions with owls can from now on. I like that.
I mean, it's not technically wrong most of the time.
You're just running for a president, and you're in a debate, and it's how do you plan on, reforming some of the foreign policies regarding Iran in these next coming years? Well, owls can.
So obviously, I can do it. I mean, come on, it's owls.
No, you say kind of off kilter. You say owls can. You look like you're fucking crazy. Then you turn around and shut your mouth, and that's the end of that.
You're still up at the pulpit, but you're just not. Your back is turned to the audience, and you're just silent.
That's
The
the only thing
podium?
to say for the whole thing.
You're up at the podium, aren't you? Are we giving
You
a
said
speech or are we
pulpit.
in an interview?
The podium.
Pulpit's
It's whether
a word.
we're at church or whether we're at a lecture hall.
Man, pulpit and
No,
podium
you
are interchangeable.
No,
Right?
you can say pulpit for political things. Yeah, That's
Pulpit
the-
isn't a specifically religious term.
No.
Pulpy.
No. I mean, the whole FDR thing was, or the
Uh-oh.
Theodore Roosevelt is the bully pulpit.
Well, I learned
FDR
the
owned a
things
pulpit.
Pulpit
Yeah.
sounds like some guy who's trying to be way too cool wearing
who
orange
thinks he's
juice.
I'm gonna-
fly.
I'm
also
gonna be-
known as a buster.
He's just hey, why don't you pulpit,
I think we're getting to the levels of pulpit frequency that I don't hear the word pulpit anymore. I don't even know
I
what
prefer
it means.
orange juice without pulpit.
Let's just repeat pulpit until it loses all meaning.
We have
about-
already.
Oh yeah, we have.
Pulpit.
Stop
Pulpit.
Pulpit.
Stop
Pulpit.
it.
Pulpit.
Stop it.
Pulpit.
Hey.
Pulpit.
Pulpit.
That's
Hey.
like a Bop-It move. Bop-It.
Oh,
Pulpit.
It's also a Pokemon.
filibuster. That's a move on Bop-It.
Political Bop-It. I want political Bop-It in my life.
That game.
I want to play that game. Do-do-do-do. Bear, why do you not come on this show? See how much fucking fun we have?
Yeah,
Are
exactly.
you
I'm always
serious? You don't
gone
come
when
on
you
this?
fucking invite me. Like, I swear
Well,
he's
that's
monitoring
embarrassing.
my house as soon as I leave my bedroom. Magic? Oh, you want to go? Oh, you're not here. Oh, sorry. We gotta record now. Although Rob did ask me like an hour and a half ago, to be fair.
I did, yeah. But apparently you were eating dinner.
I was. Yeah,
Eating
that
dinner.
is true.
Yeah, you're
Your
eating your
story and
dinner.
everything like a good friend.
Hmm?
Yep.
Yeah, I thought you were just a piece of shit. This is quite the Ohms race we got going on here, boys.
Well, yeah. I got one creature.
Mm.
Do you think there's going to be a fierce, raging battle in the comments about whether or not pulpit is a religious term?
Yeah, Austin, pick a number between 1 and 3.
7? Oh fuck! I'm sorry.
Oh, all right. Well, that's it then, I guess.
All right, well, since you failed to do that.
No! I panicked. I'm sorry.
Between 1 and 3, 7.
Also known as a buster.
Actually, I'm on. I go to the subreddit that's crappy design. Whoa, you got rid of prevent all damage this turn?
Well, yeah. Print all that 2 damage to my 2/1. Oh no.
Oh,
Well.
though.
Oh, no.
Odor.
But what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something.
You go to the design fails.
The crappy design,
okay.
yeah.
So there was one where it was like how would you rate North Carolina's handling of the something situation in the Middle East and judge it? Yeah, it's a ridiculous question. And on top of that, it said rate it 1 to 9. Okay, so they went to rate it 1 to 9.
Why?
Right? And here's the thing, is they didn't rate it 1 to 9 on like a scroll bar or like a number that you could put in or anything. They had it as a list, and they printed out all of the words specifically. So it was like 1, 2, 3 as like a different bullet point that you could check. And here's the best part. It wasn't in like 1, 2, 3, 4 order. It was in alphabetical order.
Oh my god.
And then on top of that, there was a 10 in there. There was also a 10.
That seems like a reading comprehension quiz more so than a poll question.
Can you follow directions? Are you smarter than a 5th grader?
Well, we all had those quizzes, right? Where the
Are you
teacher
smarter
would
than Jeff
like
Dunham?
the first day they'd hand out that quiz. It's like 100 questions long, but the very beginning instructions say, "Don't do
Don't
any of this
answer any of
quiz.
these."
Write your name on it and hand it in."
I remember that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they give it away when the first kid walks up.
Yeah, but then the first kid never walks up, and everyone's nervous to be the first kid that walks up because they're like, "Is this actually what I'm supposed to do? What do I do?" Everyone else is writing down. Oh no, I should write down.
I still remember one of the most like badass moments I've ever had in school at all is I was taking this psychology course.
At all?
At all.
Yeah, at all together.
At all.
And all.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, so I was taking this psychology course, and it's a very difficult course. Like I think like 60 to 70% of the people take it twice because they fail the first time around. And I was like really fucking going hard on that course. Like I like super studied for this exam, and then I get down, I sit at the desk for the exam, and I'm just in the fucking zone. Like I don't see anything. There's no like I just fucking tunnel vision on the test, and I finish it, and I'm the first one in class to finish it, and I finish it. I like proofread my notes, and I walk up to the teacher, hand it in, and walk out. And then I find out that I actually finished the test in like 9 minutes or something, or like 8 or 9 minutes. And I was like the highest score in the class. Everyone else finished like 45 minutes later. And
Wow.
I was like, yeah, I'm a fucking badass.
So
Felt
good, dude.
Did you
Felt
like
real.
snort a bunch of coke or something? Like, how did you do that?
I was just in the fucking zone. You know, like sometimes you just get in the zone, the auto zone.
auto
Yeah,
zone.
Damn it.
exactly. This has all just been a long-winded fucking periphrasis of a commercial that Rob just threw our way.
Exactly, yeah, that's basically.
Periphrasis?
Periphrasis.
Yeah, I just kind of accepted
Bear,
that as
I don't. Can you stop using words that I don't fucking know? Like, you make me
I know
feel
a
really
lot of words. I think my vocabulary is pretty good. I've never heard of that one.
Periphrasis. It's like a long-winded story that doesn't really need to be such.
That's a fantastic word.
I like it.
I like it too because it dovetails from the idea of periphery, which is a word I do use regularly. So that's actually got a decent shot at showing up in my vocabulary.
Vocabulary lessons with Magic 2015.
You've learned stupider shit than that here.
Yeah.
I really want to make political Bop-It a thing, man. That is incredible.
I really love political Bop-It.
Redistrict. Gerrymander.
Super PAC.
You just win if you get super bad. You just actually win.
It's like the golden snitch. It pops out of the machine every once in a while.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh man. Yeah, I got invited to do. Actually, maybe I'm not allowed to talk about this, so never
You got
mind.
invited to play political Bop-It?
Yeah, I'm invited to play political Bop-It.
Dude, why didn't you tell
He's
us?
getting a dev kit political Bop-It.
I'd test that out.
I'll beta test your political Bop-It if you know what I'm saying.
Oh.
Hey-oh.
That has to be the most convoluted euphemism that's ever been spoken by anyone. There is nothing that relates in any way to any kind of sex act, but it still is a euphemism because that's where we live these days.
You don't call your dick a Bop-It?
I mean,
Especially
you do
when you're
Bop-It,
having
twisted
sex. That's the best time to do it.
I don't know if I'd ever.
To bop it, yeah.
I don't know if I.
You just grab it by the shaft and just bonk the head.
They should actually. Why don't they have sex bop it? Like you just like attach like a little speaker to your penis, and it's like suck it,
Wait, yours
Stroke
doesn't
it.
have a speaker?
kiss it, tap it.
Don't tap
Can you
it.
imagine they put a little bit like a little tiny microchip inside of the urethra somewhere, and it like magnified sound? It would shoot like a loud whirring sound.
You talk about putting stuff into your urethra. I just become a Gungan, and
I was gonna say we found your Gungan trigger.
exactly.
Everyone has one.
Gungan trigger warning: no urethral. So. Gungans hate this.
What?
Alright.
Oh, I don't even think anything we've said makes sense.
We're getting somewhere
probably
today.
right.
The best jokes are the ones that aren't even meant for anyone but yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good
Yeah.
line to live
Yeah.
by.
Yeah.
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 You making fun of me, motherfuckers?
Yeah.
I think I'm making fun of myself, actually.
Oh,
Sound choice.
Sound
sound choice.
That's another karaoke reference.
Yeah.
Yes, it is a karaoke reference.
All right, so the best part of karaoke for me was not only listening to Northern Lion do Wild Wild West, but the fact that that video had nothing to do with Wild Wild
Oh,
West.
that was.
Yeah, oh, that was the
hysterical.
best part of it, yeah. And then also the Sweet Caroline video was really fucking weird. Cause like it seemed like it was specific to Sweet Caroline, but it was not about like some girl that he had like a love affair with. It was about like a young girl like peeping on old men on the beach. And it was like real weird.
Sweet
It was.
Caroline.
That's basically what we were doing for.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, yeah.
We can just sing
Yes.
Sweet Caroline and get ourselves some
You,
content.
you kind
on
of
the
just
matches.
like black out for the verses, and then when the chorus comes, you're like, "Oh, sweet." Caroline."
We would play that over the PA at the hockey games, and the crowd they would do that exact same thing. So they'd just be
Of
like,
course,
bobbing
yeah.
their head through the verses, and then everybody together, Sweet Caroline, ba ba ba. And then So Good would be
Bob
the,
it, yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet Caroline, suck it.
I mean, that's kind of the subtext of the whole song, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Oh, who's gonna get the strongest?
If you mess with the bull, you get the horns. That's a thing I know.
You mess
Yeah.
with
Expression.
the you get the
Nick's been like
application.
quietly beating the shit out of me this whole game. I don't
Yeah,
know if
that's
anyone's noticed
true.
that.
I don't think anyone wants to do anything about that.
No.
Yeah, not really. I don't really have any means to do anything.
Nobody
about
else is doing anything to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess
it.
that's
a
true.
good point.
I'm just glad I finally have a creature to not block your creature with. It's real nice.
You could block it if you want. I'm not gonna stop you.
Yeah, fucking hot soup. I can't block it.
Block it.
The soup's
No, you
too
can
hot.
block the other one.
The soup's too hot.
Block
No,
it.
not the other one.
Oh, the other one didn't have hot? I thought they both had hot soup. I just assumed.
There's only so much hot soup to go around, really.
No, that's a trap, though. You're gonna kill it, and then you're gonna do the thing. It's a trap.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless
You
you're
got
bluffing
him.
the trap. But I know you have, like, both of the cards in your hand are fleshed to dust.
They could be. They might not be.
Flirst
Flesh to dust.
Fleshed to dust.
Flirst to durst.
If you're not
Flirst
flirst,
and
you're
durst.
durst.
If you're not
flirst.
First time.
You're durst. Like that one Durst guy who killed somebody.
Yeah.
Did he kill someone?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, like the Durst.
Doug
Not
Durst.
Fred Durst.
Yeah, yeah, Doug Durst.
It's his brother or something.
Doug Durst.
Dick Durst.
Doug
Dick
Durst.
Dirty Durst.
Big dirty Dick Durst.
Dirk Nasty the Durst.
Dick Diggler Dirty Durst.
Dirty Dursty.
Took her job.
Oh, that fucking rapidly devolved.
Oh, this is gonna hurt a lot, I think.
It's mainly gonna hurt Nick a lot, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
You guys could stop it right now if you want.
Nick's just dead, actually,
I don't
maybe?
know how.
All
Oh,
right.
this is classic Austin kills.
Yeah,
people
it's
full
dead.
health.
Full health. Yeah. All right.
Oh,
Oh yeah. This is
Wow.
great.
Sorry, Nick, you're beaten.
Oh, look, he's almost got all his health back, too, so all the damage I didn't even count either.
Yeah. I love that, Dick.
Nick,
Baer, swing.
look, Nick was hitting me, all right? That was completely...
You want to know why I was hitting you? Because of the shit you just did to me.
Yeah, exactly. That's
What did you
true.
do?
I have a lot of enchantments.
He got Viscopa Guildmage and won the game. That's what that card does.
That's not how that... Don't worry about that.
That's how that works.
That's not how that works.
Oh, this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one other step. It's not how that works. You have to get the card, then you have to tap the card, and then you win the game.
Oh, okay.
It's a 3-step process. Not
You
two.
actually don't even tap Viscopa Guildmage.
All right. Well, I mean, maybe I was exaggerating. I wanted to give Austin the benefit of the doubt, so it's a 2-step process.
You can benefit my doubt, but...
I don't want to benefit your doubt.
We'll try this out.
Dude, benefit my doubt. Hey.
Benefit Mrs. Doubtfire.
Don't do it.
It's a
too
it's a
soon.
benefit for Mrs. Doubtfire.
Okay.
Oh shit!
Or
Oh
valid.
yeah, I forgot.
What?
Oh.
Yeah. See.
What?
Oh.
See.
What?
Too soon.
What?
What was too soon?
Oh.
You can't make Robin Williams jokes.
Oh, I thought I was like attacking Austin too soon.
Yeah,
No,
too
you
soon,
can attack
Baer.
him as soon as possible.
Okay.
You attacked me too soon.
Sorry.
And I thought when you said the benefit for Mrs. Doubtfire was that you understood when I meant it was too soon.
Mhm.
So you reformed your joke to actually be slightly more sensitive.
Mm.
And I think you just bummed yourself right out.
Sensitive. Sensitive.
When you look at the board, do you see like the Bank of America logo? Because I do.
I see the Bank
Uh,
of Smazel of Erica.
I mean, I can see why you might see the Bank of America logo, but I don't actually
Crossing
see-
lines.
Yeah, I mean, but the Bank of America logo is the American flag, and this is a
Well,
very lacking of color.
It's sort of like if you had the Bank of America logo, but then it like glitched out. Might look like this.
It's like the
Yeah.
world's shittiest Rorschach test.
More like
Well,
Shrek.
I'm sort of at a loss as to what to do.
Well, we're playing Magic.
You could
All right,
sing
that's a
Sweet
good
Caroline. I mean,
Sweet Caroline.
Caroline. If you'd
Caroline.
like, you could sing Sweet Caroline.
Sweet Caroline.
Look,
Hello, Robert. Would you like to play Magic?
you can make fun of my emphasis.
Bear,
your
if I
inflection.
kill Austin, do I get like one turn?
I'll
of
immediately
right?
attack you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna, if I don't do that, he's gonna win.
Don't
So,
play second place, all
Well, I
right?
don't want to play second place.
Then,
I wanna
dude, don't play
like,
second place.
Bear-
You've already
I wanna
made
your
play
decision.
Bear gives me a turn to just.
Everybody calm
recuperate.
down for a second. I died already for you. I'm your martyr. No one can take fourth.
That's
Just
true.
enjoy. Just fucking enjoy it.
We all have
Did-
podium placements, man,
if
so
I-
just take
like-
solace in that.
I guess I could play. I mean, like I either get
Rob,
second place.
I can't.
or
I
no
can't
place.
like attack anymore because
Ignore
of fucking-
Austin and do what you think is right. What does your heart tell you?
Look, Bear. Rob, he's playing you. He's a bear. He plays games. All right.
I'll do.
Austin's
a temper.
literally the devil.
Wow.
It's half measure.
You
There's
killed.
such a good
okay,
little.
you
There's
just-
a bear on Twitter that I love so much, and it's like it ends every tweet with "I'm a bear," and it just all the tweets are like, "I found a stick today. Also found lots of moss. Thought about my feelings. I'm a bear. It's
Oh
so
my god!
good.
You have to
I
show
love
me
that
what
Twitter.
Twitter handle that is, because I need to
I
follow
will
that immediately.
after I'm done with this. I will, but I can't leave the window yet.
Oh. Hard drive
Schlemiel.
space?
Schlemazel.
No, if I focus away from the window, then it'll stop recording. I can't do that.
Rob
We
just
can't have that.
ham-fisted me. I don't understand what the issue was here.
Very important that the
Fisted.
viewers see this.
You fisted me right in the ham.
Ham-fisted you?
I did. I fisted you right in your ham.
Oh.
How much land do I have?
8.
We're like great.
Would fist it be on sexual Bop-It?
Yeah, definitely.
Lick it.
Well, actually, no, because if we're talking about like sexual Bop-It where it's attached to the penis, no.
Yeah, so we'd have to have male and female sexual Bop-It. What is
Yeah,
that
I guess.
nonsense?
Kill your creature because you're being mean.
Oh god damn it! We take a bunch of damage.
What? No one took any damage.
Oh right, yeah, because of the not the thing yet. Okay, cool.
Yeah, because not the thing yet. You killed my only way with lifelink, Rob. I don't know why you made that decision so hard. You literally hampered any damage I could do.
Well, yeah, I realized that as well afterwards. that I could just do that.
Intimidation.
But I mean, you could still get like now you could get like a lone missionary and I think just win or kill one of us or something.
Is that part
no,
of the
it would
sex
be-
Bop-It too? The lone missionary?
Yeah,
Two
think
lone
so.
missionaries would be enough.
to kill any one of us. It's 4 life.
Yeah,
then-
and you took away the one that hits everyone, so
8.
it would only be one of you, and it would need 2.
Yeah.
So it's very unlikely.
hmm
But I mean, we could talk about Sweet Caroline some more if you want.
Sweet Caroline.
I don't understand. Am I saying it wrong? Because the second time I feel like I didn't say it
It's-
wrong.
It's Caroline.
Caroline.
It's like you're putting emphasis on like the wrong part of the word for an English speaker.
Sweet Caroline?
It's like
Yeah,
it's
Sweet
South
Caroline.
Carolina,
But
but it's
Yeah.
Caroline.
Well, but the emphasis is still right on South Carolina because
No, that's
it's
what I'm
the-
saying. Is that's the dissonation you have to make between
Right.
Carolina and Caroline.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey Rob, what's that word that's like slightly scandalous when a whole bunch of things go wrong? It's like maybe slightly politically oriented and it rhymes with like the box you carry when you go fishing.
That's a,
You seem to know it. I think you're just quizzing him.
That's a debacle.
That's the one.
Yeah, it's one of the debacles of our.
How do we
generation.
pronounce that word again?
Might be one of the funniest Magic episodes.
Debacle?
Ever
The
happened.
tackle.
It's like a chewing tobacco.
Yeah.
Rob, did you mispronounce tobacco?
I love when Rob says tobacco. It's so good.
Very
It's
nice.
like my favorite thing.
It's a good time. Debacle.
I
How do you say
really, really
debacle,
like
Bear?
Backle.
Do you-
No, I say
that
debacle.
word.
It
Yeah, you
looks
said
like a
debacle.
normal fucking person.
Well, actually, no. Maul gives me shit for saying mayonnaise, right?
Oh, it's
Instead of
mayonnaise.
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 Oh, you're definitely wrong.
Yeah, well, no, but here's the thing. We were watching an episode of Parks and Recreation, and mayonnaise was a topic of discussion, and all the characters said mayonnaise. And she was like, it's mayonnaise! I'm like, no! I'm right, motherfucker! People say it like that!
Rob, I want to
So,
let you
ooh.
in on a little secret about writing, and that is people write scripts to be particular about specific things, meaning
Alright?
it was a joke. And everyone knows, everyone
it
knows it's
wasn't.
pronounced mayonnaise.
I don't think so.
Everyone knows it.
You just said mayonnaise. That's the way that
damn it.
Austin says it.
It's
It
mayonnaise.
gives you literally 5 seconds to pick a card, and I just had to panic pick a card, and it wasn't even the right card.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
like the one timer that just depletes rapidly in this game.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's
I literally
like-
have to look through my entire deck one at a time, and I have 10 seconds to do so. And
It
I
doesn't
did
even give you
one
the specific cards, right? Like, doesn't it doesn't give you? Oh no, for a card. Okay. Right,
Yeah, no,
I thought
it's
it was-
any card, but I needed time in order to get
Uh-oh.
the card I wanted, and it just wouldn't give it to me. So I had to just pick a random card that was good, that I could click fast enough. It was unfortunate.
Yeah, I've been there, man.
Yeah,
I haven't. I'm dead.
Yeah, that's true. Nick is dead.
it's pretty dead.
I don't know if you guys are.
Exile one of your own cards.
Sure did.
Well, yeah, he had to. So you could rise from the grave.
Right from
No, no.
Not allowed anymore.
Stop
I
that one.
can't do that.
Ban
that was-
tournaments.
Thought I was allowed to do that.
Nope.
All right,
Against
sorry.
the law.
really
That's
is illegal.
against the law.
That button exists, by the way.
It does, yeah.
Link that in the
I
description.
don't know if you guys saw that. Yeah, there's the Freeze made it. That's against the law button.
I don't like how many Krenko's command cards you have.
I don't have any really.
Really hate. Like, I think I could have actually won on this turn if I would have gotten the card I wanted, and I just didn't get it. Yeah, no, I would have won on this turn. Fuck this game.
Yeah, goddamn. I can't win instantly and kill two people at
It's
the same
bullshit.
time.
I just wanted my card.
Fucking ridiculous.
It didn't give it to me, dude.
The 1 out of 40 cards in my deck. It's bullshit.
Oh, me.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, my name's Austin. This game's bullshit. I play Slayer Angel.
Wait, are you actually upset that you've won like every game in the last
That's
several
not
weeks?
true. I lost like the last 2, I think.
How many have I won? None.
Rob's been winning a bunch. I don't think you've won any, actually, Nick. But Rob's been winning a bunch. What is that, a Phyto Titan?
It's all been who's trying to fight you, and then the one that cleans up after them.
Yeah, that's basically how it goes. Except for the last episode. The last episode was me just like wrecking both of you.
Yeah.
And I just don't give a shit, so I usually just put my neck on the freaking chopping block because I just want to get something going.
Yeah, that's
Like,
fair.
blopping pop.
Oh, come on, man. He's got 1 card in his hand.
I know, which is why it makes a lot of mathematical sense to pick you.
Shit.
Please.
Oh,
What if that
one
one card was
obviously.
intentionally very important and he left it there for a reason?
I had
No,
a
it's-
hankering that might be the case, but I figured I'd probably be better off doing that.
You made the right decision. The card I have in my hand sucks.
Yeah.
Goblin Rabber Master.
Goblin Rabber Master.
Yeah.
Polished,
He's
dude.
the master of rabbling.
Rabble Master.
Rubble.
Ribble rabble master.
Rabbly Ribbly Rop.
Rabble.
Have you guys seen? Oh man, have you guys seen the Tyler the Creator interview on the Eric Andre show?
No, that
Oh.
sounds good.
It's
The only thing I've seen from the Eric Andre show is the Chiquita Banana intro.
oh, that's
I
a
don't know
good
if
one.
you've
That's
seen
a
that.
good
That
one.
is my favorite thing that exists in the world, I think. Chiquita Banana, Obama.
That's a really good.
Y'all got the bananas, you get the gorilla.
What?
That's from Mirror Mask. Nobody's seen that movie.
I'm not. But yeah, no, Chiquita Banana, Obama is... If you haven't seen that, I think you just look up Chiquita Banana on YouTube.
I think we're going to use this opportunity just to say you shouldn't be watching this and instead go watch the Eric Andre show.
Yeah, it's real good.
I've never actually even heard of that. to
I'm
be totally honest
surprised
with
you haven't.
Yeah,
Seriously,
I don't
I am.
really get out much.
You were
that's
so
probably part of it.
enthusiastic about it a second ago.
Me?
Yeah, Rob.
What did I do?
You said you've never heard of the thing you were just excited about a second ago. That's
No,
all.
I said that sounds great, but I've never heard of it.
Based on the man's name being Eric Andre.
Pretty sure you guys
Um,
actually both die.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm alright with that.
That's what happens. Yeah.
I don't think there's
well-
anything you can do.
Probably not.
Well, fuck it.
To eat
I
a
can't
Chiquita,
do it.
you gotta grow the banana.
What?
I got a Phyto Titan.
Bloodhound gang.
There you go.
Oh, you gave me the boost.
Yeah, whatever.
Use
fuck
the
it.
boost to get through.
Oh, God, you really need to fucking change your stupid shitty deck. It's like so annoying.
I feel like there's some...
Basically ruined the whole series.
Yeah.
I mean, Austin, if you wanted to just be look at Austin's big dick, we could call it that if that's what you want it to be named.
I mean, I'll change the title if that would make you feel better.
Austin,
yeah.
is that what you want?
Do you want that, Austin?
Maybe you guys just suck at this game.
Wow.
Yeah, I said it.
Wow.
I fucking said it.
I could have taken second place on that one.
Yeah, you
and I
could've.
could have killed you.
And you didn't, because I talked you out of it, because I'm better than you.
All right, man. Do you fucking believe me now? He's Lucifer every time. Fucking kill his punk ass.
Yeah, I know.
I was trying to do. You all sat there idly by while I died for your sins.
I can think Bear's a
Don't
wild
act like
card.
you're a
If I
fucking
swung-
martyr.
I
If I
just
if
called
I-
you Lucifer. You took it there, not me.
if I swung,
Swang.
Swang
your wang.
Swing my way.
A Bear's a wild card. He would have killed me.
Yeah.
I was afraid.
Look, everyone plays to win. I don't know why you guys get mad at me for that.
I played to
Because
lose.
your fucking deck is bullshit. That's why. Because fucking Sanguine Blood, you didn't even have to hit either of us really, and you killed both of us and killed Nick at full health.
You're like the guy that brings a blue control deck to Friday Night Magic with friends.
You're like the guy that brings a blue controller to a party that he knows everyone else is gonna have a blue controller, and then he takes their controller and says it's his.
Yeah, that's
You're
a
like the
more
guy that-
accurate description.
You're like the guy that spams techies every game.
Is
Nobody knows what that means.
Yeah, Rob, come on.
Spamming techies. Well, Austin gets it.
I get it, but
You're like the
Good,
guy
good.
that learns how to play Ryu only by learning how to do the Hadouken and then runs to the back of your side of the stage and just Hadoukens until the other player quits.
Actually, that's me.
Run the timer out.
that's actually Rob.
You're like
No,
me
see, I'm
when
the
I was
guy-
12 years old when I signed up for Yahoo Chess and I set up unlimited time limit games and I waited for high ranked players to join the game and then I just didn't play and they quit and I boosted my rank up.
This
That's
feels
you.
less and less about me the more we go.
You're like that guy who sucks ass.
You're like that guy that goes to Barnes and Noble and scratches off all the scratch and sniff stickers in the back of the kids' books just so he can get off.
I just love it.
You're like the guy that goes to McDonald's and orders 500 Happy Meals, takes all the toys, and then waits for all the children to come by and sees that they don't have any more toys and becomes sad and you thrive off of it.
You're like that guy.
Carrots.
You're like that guy who traded me Star Fox on the Super Nintendo for some shitty game, and then I never gave it back to him.
Wait, what?
Wait, you're like Rob?
I was hoping you guys were going to continue. I was taking this opportunity to just make a confession that I always wanted to make. I was hoping you guys were going to mull over it and go on.
You're like that guy who worked at the trading card store and I brought my misprinted pincer into him and he only gave me $4 for it.
I'm like that guy. Yeah.
You're like
You're
that guy.
He's also known as a buster.
You are like that guy though that like plays with Exodia in the Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh,
card.
yeah, he is like that fucking guy, isn't he?
It totally tries to play this up like that's a legit strategy. Fuck you.
What is Exodia? I don't even know.
If
It's
you
like
get
the-
5 Exodia cards in your hand, you win the game. Not that I know that I ever use that. Or anything.
No, oh yeah. The guy who
I've-
fucking goes to Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournaments at local malls with the Exodia deck.
That's when they gave us all these new cards. One of the cards was like, if you get to 40 life, you win.
They wouldn't let me
It's
put
like
it in
that's
my deck.
banned.
You're
And
not
I
allowed.
said that's banned.
Yeah, no, that's instantaneously banned if you're gonna keep using that deck. Which I still contend that you should not still be using that deck.
Stop
You guys
using
want to
that
look
dick.
at questions from the last episode? Of
Yeah, let's talk about Twitch things now that we've got world famous GDC speaker Bear Taffy here. Travel.
Oh, fucking derpy deers! It was the Andy Griffith show, or Andy Griffith.
Andy Griffin.
Is it Andy Griffin? I think you're right.
No.
I think Andy. That's Griffith.
Andy
Yeah.
Melanakis.
For those that don't know, the last episode, was someone whistled a tune, and we didn't know what the tune was from.
Yeah.
And it was Andy
Not it.
Griffith's show.
That's Benny Hill.
Yeah.
Zach should have its own TV show.
Yeah.
Dude, don't whistle into the mic.
He's whistling in the mic.
Don't whistle into the mic, man.
You're like that guy that whistles into the mic.
You are.
Recordings.
Okay, so someone says, why the hell are you guys so self-conscious about pooping/peeing on the plane? There's a second
Is this
part.
really the first part?
There's a second part to the question, but I
the
feel
only
like
not
the first
Twitch one.
part. The first part is very important. Why are you guys so self-conscious about peeing on a plane? Go.
I'm
'Cause
not.
You stand up. You stand up. Shut up, Eric.
Stand up to poop on the plane? Why do you? They don't have like a
Stand up to get out of your
stand-up-
fucking seat, you bastard. All right, slow
And then you
down.
poop on your seat.
You're like
Well,
that
shit,
guy
that's
who
how you
takes
feel
a shit
self-conscious.
standing up on an airplane.
I'm just gonna go.
You're like that guy. You go spread eagle with your fucking feet up against the edges of the wall and suspend yourself in the air and let the shit just fall out of your ass all over the bathroom. And then just let them clean it up. Who cares? It's
Oh,
an
here's,
airplane.
there's a third part to his question. I think the real question is, does anyone go to the airplane toilet to jack off, or do they just do it under the blanket? Which I like to. I just want to take
Just wait.
issue. I want to take issue because you've set up like an absolute, black and white here, where you either jack off at the toilet or you jack off under the blanket, and I feel like a third option is you don't jerk off on a plane, like that. Could be.
That's a busy person, man, who's only got time for jerking off when he's on a plane.
Where did this myth come from where people think that they can get away with jerking off next to someone if they're under a blanket? Like,
yeah, that's pretty.
That's
gross.
not possible. All right.
It's also not cool.
It's perpetuated by media. People think that if someone's got their head slightly turned away from you, that you could just do anything. And like
jerking
porn
off
does
right
it
now,
too.
but I can't because you don't jerk off. You can't just like go with a conversation while you're jerking off. You got to be focused about it. You know, it's gonna distract you.
I've never tried, but honestly, just don't do it. It's just
Right.
gross.
That's the important part. And yeah.
That'd be weird. So there you go. That's the question section of Magic the Gathering. Thanks for watching.
If I remember, somebody called him out on it too. Was like, "So are you saying you jack off on planes?"
I think he was mostly joking, but
Yeah, he said he was joking. I'm just saying it was funny. Somebody called him out on it. That's all.
That's true.
What's the weirdest place you've jacked off?
On a plane.
On the moon.
Oh man. I
my
like
car.
those answers.
What would happen? Like, would your dick explode if you jerked off on the moon?
It always does.
I think it. Yeah. I think
Oh,
just-
it's true.
You ever
Get it,
tried
yeah.
it? It's great.
lots of times.
Well, if you're out in the vacuum of space, all the moisture inside of your body gets sucked out, so it wouldn't.
It already does. You know, there's that false quote from Albert Einstein, that thing about if you keep doing something and expecting different results, the definition of insanity, then what the hell is masturbation all about?
Mm-hmm.
We're not expecting different results. We're
I'm
expecting the
expecting
same
the
result.
exact
We like
same
it.
result.
Oh, yeah.
Over and
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't really think about that very hard.
I'm down for the same result every single time.
I would be
If I got a
mad-
different
was
result every
getting
time, I'd be
better
freaked the
every
fuck out, dude.
Yeah. Today, it's grape jelly. Whoa!
That would be real interesting.
I was
Be
saying
like-
there should be, like, designer cum. Like, you should get an injection.
Next question.
You're like the guy that discussed designer cum on the Magic episode.
So people asked, by the way, to put on a, like, if we're going to talk for a while, just put on a, oh god, I can't go back, I forgot
Put on
about
an
that
ogre.
aspect. No, I'm supposed to, oh, okay, no, I've made a terrible error, never mind.
Put on an ogre.
No, I was supposed to put on a darker screen so it's easier on the eyes to
Can't do
to watch. Well, yeah, you can, but I can, and they suggested I do that. So here's an adorable toucan.
Still waiting for
Now-
the sequel.
We
No.
reduce the
On a
opacity
free can.
live.
Toucan 2.
No, it's a
Electric
free can.
Toucan 2.
What's the next thing you're gonna say?
I was gonna look at your comment section because you said you had
Yeah, let's do
questions
it.
about Twitch. Yeah, I want to see that.
I want to see that comment.
I want the K10. I want the
K10
free can.
jelly.
You're
No.
still talking
K10
about.
jelly.
Never mind.
All right.
What you got?
I'm trying to look. I'm looking it over here.
What you got? What
Oh,
you got?
Timothy Ketcher, also Andy Griffith
In the
show.
rye?
Thank you, sir. Yeah, yeah.
That would be an educated elementary school joke if, like, out on the playground, they're like, "Hey, Timothy
Right?
Catcher in the Rye, you an angsty teenager yet? No, because
Oh,
we're 8.
it-
Okay.
Here's a question. Hey, Nick, I remember you talking about how unhelpful straight up positive comments are, and I usually just lurk on YouTube, Twitch because how silly comments can get. But
Replied
I've
to
always,
that.
yeah,
I think
you did.
that was just a compliment, wasn't it? I don't think there was
Yeah.
a question there.
It wasn't a question at all.
Well, I was gonna say I was gonna bring up a question like.
Oh, okay.
You think
Oh.
straight up? Do you actually think straight up positive comments are
Straight up positive
un-
condiments.
Mustard, ketchup. I don't think there's any negatives really.
I don't know. I don't know if there's positives about them,
Relish
like,
is pretty positive.
Like, what's the magnetic opposite of mustard?
Oh, we're
Like,
on
what
that
would
page.
attract mustard?
Horseradish.
Hot dogs.
Mayonnaise.
Yeah, mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise.
It's actually a sound that a horse makes when you stroke its mane.
Yeah.
Just let that one percolate for the next 24 hours.
Ooh, percolate.
Bring it back to me
gonna-
with your uproarious laughter.
I like percolate. I'm gonna add that one.
Oh, have you never
That's
heard?
already.
Great
Oh,
word.
yeah, percolate's great. I mean,
I don't
that's
think I'll
got
ever.
I mean,
I'll never be able
every-
to use that.
every syllabic threshold in that word is a plosive, and it is just wonderful.
That's
obsessed
true.
with it.
Wow, well represented as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I think positive comments are very useful for keeping your morale up when you have a bad day of, God, I'm so glad that you weren't on the Northern Lion Live Super Show that day because it's so much better without you. And your voice is like a fucking annoying monkey laughing. And
Shit.
Or man,
like,
you're
so
like
every-
the guy that goes to Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments. And
with the
Yeah, we say that to your
exploding
face,
part.
though. It's a lot better that way.
yeah.
Right,
that's
so, like
true.
you see a bunch of those and you're like, all right, I'm at negative 300 morale now. And then you see one of those and you're like, you know what, plus 50 to that. So
Yeah.
I feel a little better. So I appreciate them. And
Yeah.
whether or not they have any value bearing on the criticism to the channel, it's just a happy thing to read. That's all.
I like them.
I think a lot of people may be reading differently into how I interpreted it. I actually tweeted it out a little while ago, too, but I had mentioned on the podcast, the Roundtable podcast, that, well, the phrasing I used was probably poor, but what I meant to say was that positive comments do very little to assist the creator productively, and that I stand by because that's actually true. Like, it's just a positive comment. Obviously, it's awesome to get a positive comment that says, like, hey, great job on this, I liked it, but like what I intended to say was, if I read that, that doesn't help me to improve the quality of what I'm doing. And that's, that's true. I mean, it's an unfortunate aspect of it, but it's true. Like, positive comments are not
That's
productively
true,
beneficial.
but I think the thing is there's like a false dichotomy here where it's you're saying that like a positive comment is in relation, like, doesn't have any value in relation to like a negative comment, because most of the time, or like actually yeah, most of the time an entirely straight up negative comment isn't helpful either. Criticism doesn't necessarily imply that it's a negative comment. I mean, you could, I guess, imply that it, or you could.
No, you're right. I am generalizing it too much. That's what the problem is. I'm saying, like, there are positive comments that contain criticism, and those are the best. Those are the best possible comments.
Like the reason that we have a toucan on the screen. I mean, I think that's objectively made this Magic episode better for all the viewers. Is there's this adorable toucan being.
You having a toucan on the screen though had anything to do with the comment about darkening your screen?
I mean, it does kinda. Like they like you gotta read the subtext, Austin.
Oh, okay.
So he said like, have a darker screen so it's easier on the eyes, which means put a toucan on the
It's
screen.
like the butterfly effect of the Magic series.
Are toucans the
super
symbol
far
of darkness?
Yeah, basically.
Right after you.
Wow.
I'm oh my god, a death emo x _x _x.
What's a username?
Yeah, I was trying to go for something like that.
Oh.
We want to see like a Photoshop challenge of an emo toucan, I think, because they have like a rainbow bill. Very
Okay.
difficult.
colorful bill, so like that makes them kind of inherently happier. They don't actually have a rainbow bill, right?
They don't.
Just orange and
That's just in my mind.
That's
They
just
do
the
that.
Fruit Loops mascot.
yeah.
I don't think he even does have. I'm pretty sure he just has a red bill.
I don't think any of them do. I think that's
Where did that
entirely
come
made
from?
up. I don't
Yeah,
know.
he just made up a mystical fantasy
and-
creature that has a giant rainbow bill.
Why did we go along with you for so long?
I realized
Yeah, I think they might.
just seconds after I said it that that's just stupid, and yet it just came out anyway.
Here's the thing. There are some weird creatures that exist that are like totally out of some like old mythical folklore, like a fucking
Mythical
narwhal. Like a narwhal. Why do narwhals exist? Aren't they so fucking weird?
Evolutionary
pretty weird.
mishaps. Isolated evolutionary
We're
areas.
gonna do some fucking 180s right here because there is a
Alright.
toucan that has a rainbow bill.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's the keel-billed toucan. Its bill is green, blue, orange, red with some black stripes as well.
Whoa.
That's pretty sweet. I wonder if I knew about that and it was subconsciously there, or if I just made it up and coincidentally.
Oh no, you totally knew about that. If you look at pictures of this is on like every travel poster to go to any country in Central America.
Right, so like I thought of that, and then I was like, but wait a minute, everyone that I can think of in my head right now has an orange bill.
So now the real question is the Fruit Loops toucan one of those toucans?
I'm pretty sure he has a red bill.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh, is this orange,
Okay,
red?
off the top of your head, without Googling it, and then we'll find out the real answer here. What color do you think Sam the Toucan's bill is?
I just
Follow your nose
didn't
wherever
say.
it goes.
I did just say it though.
I think it's orange, red, and pink. That would be
Orange,
my
red, and
guess.
pink sounds
Wow,
right.
you guys are fucking good, man.
I know, that's amazing.
Wait, how do you know? Have you looked it up yet?
No.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, look at that. Well, hey, you didn't offer black as a part of the bill, even though, yes, it's not a color, but I mean, come on, give me a break
The
here.
value, actually.
I thought it was
Yeah.
just solid black.
That's
Yeah.
Not?
No, it's got the front part of it is like, or the back part of it has like red and pink, and it's like orange for his mouth.
Huh.
Yeah, it's real weird.
I'm gonna change my Twitter profile picture to Toucan Sam for 10 minutes.
Hey Nick,
All right.
I'm personally
hi.
trying to get into creating YouTube content since that seemed less stressful than Twitch to start off with.
Is that part of the comment?
Fucking disgusting.
Sorry, I became Rick from Rick and Morty for a second here.
I mean,
Were you squeezing your belly as you were talking?
No, I had a burp going as I was doing the sentence, and I figured I'd just roll with it instead of stopping.
I'm really interested in YouTube. And,
So it seemed less stressful than Twitch to start off with, but I'm struggling to make my commentary sound entertaining. Most of what I'm saying seems to be reactionary, and I'm having trouble trying to stay entertaining while also playing a game. Do you have any tips on the subject?
should burp more, apparently.
Yeah, you just burp.
So, like, I don't know if I'm the best person to necessarily ask this question of considering I don't really think that I'm the most entertaining person out of the large community that I hang out with. I think if I fall anywhere, I try to be more, just kind of myself and chill out and, just talk. But I think just, be yourself, and that's at least a start. And then just take a lot of time and just keep talking and talking and talking, and eventually you'll find things to say.
Here's a let's get real piece of advice, which is going to make me sound super shitty, but I'm okay with that. You be yourself. That's definitely the way to go. But sometimes you aren't entertaining. I feel like a lot of people need to hear that, and I'm sorry about it, but like I don't even want to take a holier-than-thou approach to it either, because I sucked and sometimes still do suck as far as that's concerned. But some people just shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, but I feel like that's not said because it might be discouraging to some people it doesn't apply to.
Yeah.
But you've got to test the waters a little bit before you know, right? Because when I started, I was absolutely awful and I had no chance. And
Yeah.
I gave myself some time and I found some way to do it that made sense to me. And I'm still doing it, and it's been years. So, like, if I would have just heard that and stopped at the beginning, I would have never still been doing this.
It's like, I don't want to... I know it sounds super shitty. Like, I realize right now it sounds super shitty, but I'm equating it to something like... So, like, say you try basketball, and you play basketball for a little while. If you play basketball for, like, 6 months, you have a pretty damn good idea of how good you are at basketball, especially if you've done it on a regular basis.
Right.
Same thing goes here. If you make YouTube videos for, like... It doesn't even have to be nearly that long. It'd be for like a month that you make YouTube videos. And if you feel like you're not improving, and if you feel like what you make, like, you are your best audience also. So if you watch that and you're not entertained by it and you don't think you're doing a good job, just try something else. Like, there are many, many other creative outlets to pursue. YouTube doesn't have to be the one.
Well, and the other way to frame it is you don't necessarily have to be strictly entertaining. There are methods of doing YouTube that don't involve being entertaining. You can be analytical. You could be someone who is sort of craft-minded and perhaps is skillful in some very specific niche.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you could do map making or speed running or
Specifically
any number of
speedrunning.
things.
I mean,
It's a hook. You gotta have a hook.
Yeah.
hey,
Some
full
kinda
circle.
Yeah,
But
that's a
no,
great point too. If you're not entertaining, try other skills that you have and try to apply them to YouTube. If you're set on YouTube, then find a way to make it fit your personality better. Because like Nick said, if being yourself maybe means being like very in-depth and detailed about maybe just like one particular game that you know a ton about, then go that route with it.
Yeah,
I will say that in terms of like speedrunning and the skill aspect, it's not unheard of, but like to not be interesting and still be popular. Like a lot of not a lot, but a good chunk of the top speedrunners and a good chunk of top esports personalities are very uninteresting people, yet they're still extremely popular because of their skill. And it's not unheard of. It's actually very possible too. If you are very good at a game and you put the effort towards it, whether it be speedrunning or some kind of esport, you will eventually get some ground if you are, very good.
Yeah,
I think
for sure.
a lot of the message I wanted to send was if you don't have any of the skills or abilities relevant to making YouTube videos, then you shouldn't do it. Which is kind of who I wanted to send that very broad message to with the first thing I said, was there's some folks that
Also-
probably shouldn't do it.
Important to note, I don't know if this is true of all of us. It is true to a lesser extent for all of us, I know. But, like, Alpaca Patrol isn't exactly Rob. And,
Yeah.
like, molding that persona is it does take time, and it's also a thing that like, Rob's probably not terribly entertaining all the time. Whereas I hope that I seek to make Alpaca Patrol entertaining all the time with energy and hopefully jokes or being an idiot and stuff. But you could also mold a persona that is a caricature of yourself, and that also is an avenue for.
And it's still you.
Right.
It is still you, yeah. I mean, I'm not entirely, Rob or what have you. It's it's a square and a rhombus type of deal. Not all Robs are Alpaca Patrol, but all Alpaca Patrols are Robs.
Can you draw a Venn diagram representing that?
Right? Yeah. No.
Inside
I
is the
can't.
Rob.
No, you can't. See, because it's
It's only
non-Euclidean.
two.
It's not possible.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. So that if there's anything you should take away from it is that personas are non-Euclidean. So there you go, Lord
There it
Crimson.
is.
I hope that
Personas
helps.
can find the clitoris.
Yeah, personas can find the clitoris.
You're on our way to some really helpful advice there. I'm really glad we decided to go the other way.
No,
with
I
it.
mean, we keep it light here on Magic. Come on
We
now.
do. Yeah.
yeah.
We keep it light on the clitoris because if you go too hard, then
Too heavy, too long, it's
Yeah,
gonna
really,
get sore.
yeah, she's not gonna like it. Yeah.
This is the real advice, man. This is the
It-
stuff
that's
you
true.
need to know.
Yeah. Be very gentle. I mean, you can work it in there, but I mean, you
What
can
can I do to be more
gentle,
entertaining on
too.
YouTube? Well, you got to go really light on the clitoris.
There's so many nerve endings. If you stimulate them
Oh,
all,
yeah,
you're gonna have freaking overdrive.
It's like 10 times that of the head of a penis. So I mean, you gotta go real
have you
light
seen
on
the full
that.
structure? It actually wraps around the interior of the vagina.
Yeah.
So does my
dangerous.
dick.
Hey-oh, ripped. So here's another question. Learning a lot of the video and audio stuff is intimidating in its own right, but the thought of getting so excited about something and then I have to constantly be constantly entertaining while I'm playing a game, that's terrifying. And I think this sort of just ties into the last point, where it's like, that can come with time. Certainly,
Yeah.
but it is like it's one of those things that I mean, even when I first started, like didn't realize how much other stuff happens in the periphery while you're recording or streaming or doing whatever. There's a bunch of stuff while also trying to maintain a steady stream of consciousness thought.
If you want a good idea, I would say go to each of our channels and look at the first gaming video that we ever put up for each of our
Yeah.
channels. And you will get a very good impression of where pretty much everybody starts on
Yeah.
YouTube.
All awful.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
You know, what's funny is actually YouTube's a really good introduction to doing Twitch because it's like several steps removed from the amount of information overdrive that happens on Twitch, and it sort of lets you get into the free-flowing speaking pattern. Because then you've got to deal with, we've got a constant chat log we're monitoring. There's sometimes notifications popping up in various places. We're monitoring the game. We're actually playing the game while talking. Also watching your OBS or whatever your output is to make sure things are going there. Sometimes you're watching like a donation tracker or Twitter. It could be 5 or 6 things all happening at the same time while still speaking and responding and trying to maintain some level of, in the moment. It's very overwhelming. YouTube doesn't have all of those things, so it's a nice step into that.
Yeah.
That's true. Someone's asking, as a general rule, how to grow, and I think we kind of covered this on the last episode too, where it's like
That was like the whole basis.
a lot of the times it's a shot in the dark.
I thought they were
Like,
like talking
no-
about their penis.
Yeah.
Yeah, just pull it.
Well,
You-
no.
you did it,
All you
Baer.
gotta do. No,
you,
all
you brought the good advice back to penises. It's perfect.
all you really have to do if you really want to grow your penis, you got to click on those links in your emails that say grow your
Hundreds of
penis in
them.
6 days. Easy, it's just the quickest way. Just grow your penis in 6 days.
right.
No, but he says like
We're so helpful.
like people say post on Reddit and forums and stuff like that, and I only look at places and think where. I mean, like there are loads of. Like he said, he plays a lot of Isaac. So there are loads of forums with regards to like specific games. I don't know Isaac specifically. I know the subreddit. And to varying success, people have had success with like content that they put up on Reddit itself, even in the Isaac community. I think now you can't just put up a random Let's Play, but in the early days of me doing Isaac back when Wrath of the Lamb came out, like years ago, I didn't necessarily put up like, let's play number 69 of my Wrath of the Lamb series. I put up like, hey, look at this cool weird combo that I got, and then
Yeah.
usually I tried to supplant commentary over it, so that hopefully people go there not just for like, hey, cool combo, but then also are like, oh, I kind of like that guy's voice. I might listen to more if he has more YouTube videos. And I did, and then I continued to grow. So
That would be my strategy as well. Try and find your niche in the community, try and create some content that's a little bit different from everyone else, and then try and make it known that you're doing this and to what schedule you're doing it on, so that way people can know to come back. And if you get in the right circles with the right group of people, eventually somebody will take notice, so hopefully, and make it, kind of as a exponential growth thing, they'll maybe let other people know.
mm-hmm.
But it's all about community. It's not so much about just brute forcing it by yourself. I think, if I didn't have people to talk to about the stuff I'm doing, a lot of this stuff would just go completely unnoticed, or at least especially when I'm starting out.
And actually, that's part that what you just said kind of goes into what he said. He says he's been living in the 0 to 5 viewer lands, and he streams like 3 to 4 hours, like a day and stuff, and it doesn't really get any growth. But yeah, like if you're out on your own in like the desolate landscape of natural discovery on Twitch, then honestly, Twitch and YouTube especially does not really support natural discovery for people anymore. Like Twitch does not as much. YouTube really doesn't. Like, it's impossible to find small videos on YouTube now.
Especially now, it's way too late to try to get into the game if that's gonna be your approach.
Yeah, exactly. It's
kind
impossible.
of a ship has sailed thing, unfortunately.
I don't think that's true. I think if you're the right person in the right context,
there might
you
be
can
some
still do
lifeboats floating around, but
There are a few, but I mean, like, those are like super. I think that, like, if you want to do just like, I'm not going to do any outside networking work, and I just want to put out videos and hopefully people will watch them, you have to be super specifically geared.
New games with new communities. Every time there's a new game with a new community, somebody's going to jump in and somebody's going to become the next whoever of that game.
I don't know if that's true, because I mean, the majority of like the big YouTubers now are variety channels, and they tend
they're
to
established channels that YouTube is going to promote because they're already established, and the search functionality works around that too.
Right, exactly.
everyone is playing nearly every game now these days.
It's like
on YouTube.
I think we were more specifically saying along the lines of what Rob was getting at. If you're just going to try to solo brute force your way into the scheme of things, then it's a bit too late for that, because you do need to build around community at this point.
Yeah, you really do, because I mean, like, even if you're trying to do it that way, like with just how search rankings are, the first page of any video game tends to be like one popular YouTuber's 10 episodes of a Let's Play. Like, who's going back 20 pages to find some random guy?
Yeah. I do want to say, though, if it sounds like you said that he was in 4 to 5 viewer land, if you're in 4 to 5 viewer land, you've already made a bigger step than you think getting out of 0 viewer land. You've already made a huge step if you don't even know it. Like, getting to even a solid, single-digit number is extremely difficult these days. So you've made a big step. You're on the right track, obviously.
True. Although he has been saying that he did this for over 2 years now, and he's upset that the growth hasn't been great over the course of the 2 years. But still, Austin's point stands. I mean, it's still better than 0, and it's a mountain. It's a mountain getting from 0 to any amount.
Mm-hmm.
Especially now. I mean, I can't imagine starting off now again. It's really hard.
We're kind of sugarcoating the fact that it might not happen, and that's just kind of a reality you have to embrace. Yeah. I don't know why I'm deciding to be an asshole today, but I just feel like these are just things that people need to hear sometimes. Well, it might not happen.
I mean, we all knew that going in as well when we started. Like, we all started at a point where YouTube wasn't entirely young either. Yeah. I mean, we all started when it was starting to become like a really big thing, but it wasn't totally a super big thing yet, or YouTube wasn't yet gearing like, hey, here's a PewDiePie channel right next to the gaming channel on Xbox One, so watch all of his videos, and then you could watch everyone else's videos on YouTube.
Yeah, the algorithm was in its last stages of actually being decent when we started.
Yeah.
A few months later, it got stabbed into the ground and murdered horribly.
Here's a couple of questions. What mic do you use, and do you have any tips for not picking up loud keyboard controller sounds in the mic, or is that just really not an issue with good quality mics?
I think I read. Did this guy also say he had a group of people who were going to be streaming?
I didn't read the rest of the question yet. So.
I think I read this comment. I think he was actually mentioning he had a group of friends who were going to stream.
Just read my answers because I already answered them on a point-by-point basis.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, as a general rule for like everybody listening to the video, not necessarily just reading the comments. Yeah, there's loads. I mean, like Nick uses a Blue Nessie, which is a snowball mic, right? And
Snowball's another Blue mic. It's a Blue brand mic.
Okay.
But
yeah.
I go on at the end to say, well, if you really want to, be worried about click-clacking on your keyboard, you need an arm, and this one doesn't have that, so it's not ideal. But I don't think it's actually that
not that
intolerable.
Honestly, like here's how it works. This is how it works in anything regarding to audio too. It's like really easy to get from fucking shit to all right
to pretty good.
Like, yeah, and then but getting from pretty good to great is like you might get like getting from shit to good is like you're 90% of the way there, and that's like a $10-15 investment if you really want to do that. To get from good to great is like you get like 5% quality improvement for your viewers and yourself, but it costs a lot more, and it's not something that you should have to really sweat too much. As long as you're not like crackling on your mic and clipping it and doing a bunch of really awful shit so that it's like impossible to listen to, you don't have to worry about like amazing audio quality, especially when you're starting out.
If you have the money to spend, get a nice USB condenser microphone. You can't. It's really hard to go wrong with those. And yeah, I would recommend
unidirectional too. You don't want an omnidirectional mic, because if you have an omnidirectional mic, then like you're gonna hear the fucking construction work outside, and
serves you no purpose at all.
I bet you can even hear the difference right now too. So check this out. So this is unidirectional right now, and then hold on, and now this is omnidirectional.
Now you can hear his voice bouncing off all the walls and hitting the mic from different angles, so it's just a huge increase in reverb. You don't want that.
Yeah. Yeah, also unidirectional does stuff like this. Like here's a snap over behind the mic. Same amount of distance, but you can hear the difference. And you still hear the sounds, like the background sounds, but they're much lower and much easier to just, not pay attention to, because in theory your voice should override all of that stuff, and you do have to have a steady stream of commentary if you're doing like YouTube Let's Plays. Not as much on Twitch, I think, but still.
Depends what you're doing.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
If you have room too, I would recommend just like a stage mic arm if you need an arm. If you don't have room, then you want to get an actual arm that attaches to a table or a wall. But
yeah, that's again getting into the good to great stage, which is like you're talking $250 investment potentially for something like that.
There's like there's
a
three
stage
tiers.
arm is going to be like $40.
Yeah,
but the mic attached to it.
but the mic.
Oh yeah, the mic's about $200, right?
There's like three tiers of it. So there's awful, which is built-in microphone on your laptop. There's okay to decent, which is like a $20 USB stand on your desk mic, which really does make a pretty dramatic improvement already, and that's usually okay for getting started. And then there's the pretty good tier, which is like, I'd say honestly, like what I have right now still falls on the pretty good tier. So I've got a Rode microphone arm with a pop filter, a mic sock, and a Blue Yeti microphone, and this is pretty good. And then there's the quality where you're spending like thousands of dollars for like what Rob said is the 5%
studio
increase.
gear.
You have like a mixer,
a compressor, a preamp,
cables.
And for the sake of like a YouTube Let's Play, like straight up yes, it will be like a 5% quality improvement, but people aren't going to care that much. Unless you have like a really like good voice and you really want to like show that shit off. But other than that, I don't know.
Well,
it's not.
Or unless you want to shriek into your mic and you need a way to make it not sound absolutely intolerable.
Yeah,
that's true.
I still have that problem. I tend to yell sometimes, and
Yeah.
A compressor would be nice, but I don't have the technological skill to use a compressor yet.
I use a mixer right now as well, but I don't. By use, I mean my microphone is plugged into it. And that's pretty much all I do with the whole mixing. It would be impossible to actually audio mix while playing a game unless I had an actual sound mixer near me.
Yeah,
and also, you can't really mix without a script. So
Yeah, really though.
but we script all of these Magic episodes, so it's
Right,
pretty easy
we
to
do.
do that. Yeah. So you know,
Was
like,
that
I
another
just
one
have
that
to-
Baer was a part of? The scripts?
I've-
an older one.
So.
It's been a long running joke. We do them every several months.
I
of
thought
the
somebody
Magic
actually
series.
accused you guys of scripting the episodes.
That would
No,
be
we accused
hilarious,
ourselves
actually.
and confirmed
Okay.
it
Yeah.
ourselves.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
That's just a
any
compliment.
tips? Any tips for scheduling streaming at certain times? Should I just stream whenever I want and hope people tune in, or establish a schedule like what you guys do with the NLSS? Maybe do a bit of both. How important is that when
Schedule.
starting it out?
Schedule. Never not important.
Well, I'd say that it is important. For me, I think it's super important. Like I stick to a really strict schedule. That said, a lot of people get away with not a super strict schedule, with like a light schedule. Like I'll start streaming around,
Like Cam.
5 to 8 on Mondays or something. Or yeah, Cam, but or like a really popular guy like Man vs. Game.
I
like
feel
he
it
doesn't
only
have
applies to popular streamers, though.
not necessarily.
I mean,
like,
if you're starting out, you don't have to conform to a schedule at all. But
Yeah.
if you can have a schedule, there's no
Yes.
reason not to have a schedule.
that's true.
Or
But
do
don't-
both.
Don't build your schedule around what you think your audience needs. Build your schedule around what you
Yes.
can do, and then just try
There's
to find an
always
audience there.
people watching on Twitch.
Yeah. No, that's true too.
The prime time is prime time, but trying to compete in prime time is almost impossible.
And
right
there's
now.
time zones. There's people all around the world.
Yeah,
tuning
there's
in, so
there's
it's
always people watching.
somebody there.
Yeah, you can hit huge viewership at different parts of the day because prime times happen all around the world.
I would
They'll
even
just
say that avoiding American prime times is actually good for early streamer because there's going to be less competition at those times.
yeah, maybe. I mean, streaming early during the day is probably a pretty good spot. Sundays too, actually, because nobody streams on Sunday.
Sundays are great.
I saw it was a really small streamer that I happened to have raided and then like stuck around in their stream for the whole night. And it was like 5 or 6 a.m. and we went from like 80 viewers to like almost 200 or something. And I guess it was people that were waking up and wanted something to watch in the morning before they went to work or school.
Yep.
So it's like there's a weird time slot you don't really think of. Stream like at twilight in like fucking morning.
We have
Maybe
a,
there's something to be said for that. I don't know.
There's a streamer on our team main menu, Alaskan Savage. He starts around 12:30 or 1 o'clock in the morning and streams through to like 7 or 8 a.m. And
Yeah.
you can see his viewer counts will just continue to go up through those twilight hours, especially considering like he'll get rates and stuff through then. And the people that are rating into him, like there's no one else to watch at that point.
Right.
So it's not like they're going to go off of him and go find someone else because he's like the
There you
only
go.
person live in
A
their
lot-
interest group.
A lot of people like to watch Twitch at work as well when they're getting to work if they work at
Literally
desktop.
all hours of the day, basically, by your description, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
People
yeah,
love to
but
watch Twitch while they eat dinner. People love to watch Twitch instead of sleeping. People love to
People-
watch Twitch before work.
people like
That's all
watching
true.
Twitch after sex.
Hey,
And
man.
during.
Yeah, a cigarette and a Twitch stream.
And they'll
You,
tell us about
you
it.
can't tell me someone hasn't been having sex during an LSS. I wouldn't believe you.
Oh, your brother,
People
right?
have told us that they have.
Oh.
Yeah. I wonder how
Let's
many
see-
people jerk off to my stream.
Oh God, don't.
So you had to take it there because that becomes personal.
So
I hope it was at least a few.
my strategy is that I've got kind of both things going on. Like when I do the NLSS, that's a very rigid schedule. It's always the same every time. So there's a little bit of a built-in viewership there. Sometimes I do a stream directly after that to kind of continue off of that. And then other times I just do random streams that are outside of that with no real actual scheduling. But I announce them on Twitter every time. So that helps a little bit. Ideally, I'd want to make a video about it on YouTube, but I don't because that's a lot more work than I think I'm willing to put in. But it would be helpful if I did.
Also, here's the thing: as you continue streaming, you'll learn that there are gonna be just every time you stream, there's gonna be a couple moments like once a month where it's like, oh, this is a cool new program that I'll boot up before my stream for something that'll be handy during the stream. So by the time that you've been doing it for a couple of months, you're booting up like 10, 12 different programs and pages to set up your things. And I don't do this, but I've gotten this, I've heard this advice. make a batch file. It's super easy to do. I used to make batch files all the time, and it's like basically you just write in a text document, like really simple stuff like run program whatever, and you click the batch file and it opens up all this shit. And you could just, all those clicks can just be turned into just one button a lot of the time. So
Really? That's fucking computer programmer
pretty
to you?
handy.
no, it's you don't have to use a computer program. You just it's
Joke, it's a joke.
oh okay, yeah. No, but yeah, like running a batch file is it's a text document. You turn it into a batch file. It's very simple, and it's really easy to do. So that could
It always-
save you the headaches.
Fucking sucks when you're streaming and then your power goes out or your shit crashes, and then you've got to restart, wait while everyone's fucking writing picnic 100 million times, and then just, launch all that shit again. And it takes way longer than you'd expect, especially when you feel like you're under pressure to do it fast.
Yeah, some of them
And,
you have to put in some settings and stuff too before you get them going.
Depends what you're doing.
Yeah. I usually check everything
Man,
as
and then
well.
this other time I had to increase the brightness on my monitor by 2 inches. That was a pain in the ass. My
Really have
life's
it tough
hard.
over here. You really have it tough.
Someone asked. Well, this is actually the same question. How important are descriptions? I don't read streamers' descriptions, and often I'm in a minority.
I would hope you wouldn't read streamers.
What kind of stuff should I put in the description? How much of an impact does it have? It's one of those things. It's like a condom. You wanna
What?
you want
God damn
here.
You have this way too pre-prepared for me, Rob.
let me
Come
continue
on.
this metaphor here, because a condom, how a condom works is you want to have one and not need it rather than need one and not have it. I think that's the general rule, honestly, with descriptions as well. Like, I don't think most people read the descriptions, but in the rare cases in which people do use the descriptions, which I do from time to time when I'm lurking in a stream, it's important to have one. It's good to have like a bunch of information about where they can find you, what they can do for you, with you, when you're streaming, all of that, all the relevant information, rules especially, but all the relevant information having to do with you and your brand down there, and making it look pretty doesn't hurt either.
Think about how many times you will have answered those questions over the course of months that you could have just said, "Oh yeah, I got the answer to that right below the video window."
Girl, they'll ask you in Twitch chat.
I didn't hear what you said because my headphones.
Oh, here we go. We
What's
reached
right,
our-
what'd you say?
That's the end of the episode, everyone.
No, it's
We're
been
done
it's
here.
been doing that intermittently. I've missed a bunch of points that you guys have made, so you know.
I just said it's nice to not have to repeat yourself, which ironically really works out.
That is pretty funny. But
Hey, you so much.
yeah, no, but yeah, it's
A good tip
like a
actually
condom.
for streamers and YouTube video. Have some fucking headphones that work. You know.
Yeah,
They don't
no,
cut
that's
out.
Really helpful, especially if you're doing videos with a group who really hate repeating themselves a lot.
yeah,
And we
yeah.
meet up like twice a week on Mondays and Fridays, and every time it's still a problem.
Mhm, mhm. General.
I sound
rule-
salty, don't I? I didn't mean it to sound
Yeah,
that
you're,
salty.
you're allowed to be salty.
This is a long one, so you guys talk about pooping on airplanes while I read this and try
Yeah,
to.
no, it's fine. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
I assume we're probably getting close to the end of the Twitch comments, yes?
There's a long.
Yeah,
Story,
feel free. Go
and
go
then
into it.
Well, I'm not going to read the story, but there's a question that comes out of it, which is, I don't understand why random people come in, say hello, and leave. I notice it, try to communicate with the viewer, but she just leaves. What was the point of trying to communicate if you leave right away?
So it's probably the delay. Most likely, people just expect immediate gratification. Maybe don't know Twitch very well. They say something, you're like, oh well, I'm not really super dedicated to this channel. Later.
Yeah, that's possible too. I think also it's that people have an extremely low attention span on
Yeah, I do.
on Twitch, and the thing too is that you can't hope that every viewer stays. Is the general rule. I mean, you viewers are gonna come and go, and sometimes come back. But
Come again.
yeah, it's come again and go away again, and then come back another time, and then go away for a little bit, but then they'll come back for a short period of time, and then they'll stay for a really long time, and then go away, and then they might come back after that.
All right, I think we get the
They would
point.
Go away.
So-
but like in general, don't. Here's one thing, because I see this on some small streams. don't be like super duper desperate about viewers, because it's kind of off-putting. Like, I see some people, and don't get me wrong, some people make it work, I guess, but I've seen some people have like a bot that like greets people when they walk in.
Ooh, don't do that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, that's an extreme no-no.
Yeah, and the reason for that is you really have to keep in mind that 80%, and this is a real number, like 80% of the internet lurks. They don't want to know. They don't want to be known to be there unless they actively make their presence known, and that's okay.
Lurking's not a negative term. It just sounds very negative whenever people say it. Lurking is just not talking in chat, just sort of silently watching the stream. In case you don't know.
Yeah, and it's 80% of the internet. Most people don't like. It's like I forget the breakdown I saw a long time ago was like 80% of the internet just don't post anything on the internet. They don't comment. They don't create content, and then like 28% post comments, and then like 2% actually make any content for the internet. So like when you out somebody who's planning on just like showing up at a stream and seeing if they like it, it does get a little bit weird.
I've had a little reticence about using things like favorite notifications or follower notifications. I find that to be a little bit off-putting personally. I understand you want to have a celebration when you're starting out. It's like, hey, you've joined the group of whatever we're calling ourselves. But if you just want to kind of quietly watch and you're putting the heart there for your own sake, maybe you don't want to call attention to yourself.
Yeah,
there's no opt-out either for people if they don't want the thing to show up and make a big fuss.
Right. Yeah, that too.
You guys have any preferences on follower notifications?
I think I don't know.
I don't mind them so much.
I agree with what you're saying. I didn't think about that in the same way. But for smaller channels, I don't think it's a huge deal. But I wouldn't do it.
I think the follower notification for
mad at
smaller
someone.
channels is like the subscriber notification for bigger channels.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
And I think that's okay in those cases, right? Because it's like, if you don't have a subscribe button, you could have something to celebrate. And honestly, it makes more people want to follow as well.
I suppose.
So, for the most part, like,
And
the majority of people see that.
I think most streamers don't really, like, make a huge deal out of it either. It's usually just like, hey, so-and-so, thank you for the follow.
Have you seen Cam?
Yeah, I've seen a few people that do.
No, what does he do?
I mean,
Cam, he has oh shit, shake that ass play, and then he dances a lot. I love it. I fucking love it. It's like the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah, I mean, you can make it your own for sure. But I think the main one, though, is like, if people just come in to lurk, don't shout them out. That's
I went into a chat that did that on a channel I wasn't planning on chatting in, and I kind of just immediately left. I was
It's
just
actually,
it's
an objective negative to do that for all the reasons you stated, and then also in the event that you happen to end up with someone really famous in your chat that doesn't want to be drawn attention to, and you mention them, all of a sudden they're never coming back again, right? They're gonna go, oh shit, so they're gonna like make a fuss out of me being here. I guess I'm just not gonna watch this person. Just don't shout out anyone in lurking in your chat.
I don't want to make a specific point, and I won't mention who it was because I honestly don't remember. But I went into someone's stream and they had one of those because I just wanted. There was just some game, I forget what it was, and then they had that thing and they shouted me out and they were like, oh, I know who you are, blah de blah. Like, you're actually, if I remember, you're actually blah de blah or whatever. And it's just like, I don't.
Yeah, you're not always in the mood to talk either.
Yeah, I lurk most of the time, honestly. Like, when I go on Twitch, most of the time I just lurk on streams. I don't interact with anything unless I'm streaming myself or it's like my friend's stream or something. Even on my friend's streams, I usually just lurk. But yeah, I mean, like in that specific case too, it was like, and then the chat said like, oh yeah, like a couple of people would be like, oh yeah, I know that guy, and it's like, and like, hey, that's really cool at the same time, right? Like I like that you know, sometimes I'm a name that's recognized. That's interesting, and I actually really like that in video games. But when it's in a Twitch stream, then it shifts focus, and I didn't have a chance to like view you, and I don't know, it just gets kind of weird, and it's especially weird, I think, for people who aren't even like regular Twitch streamers. They're just regular Twitch lurkers, and they have to get shouted out, and they don't want that as well. So I don't know.
That's a pretty hard and fast rule with me like that. I wish more people would just say that that's a rule. Like, just don't acknowledge lurkers or people that don't want to talk.
Yeah.
You don't gain anything from it.
Yeah, like I mean, the majority, fuck, the majority of the people who watch these videos lurk, and like the vast majority, and that's cool. I'm like that's good. I don't. Not everybody necessarily has a thing to say that they want to say or that they feel like saying at all.
It's slightly different on YouTube compared to Twitch, where it's an actual dynamic, like living, moving thing. On YouTube, if someone gets shouted out, they could I could delete the comment, and maybe they'll just never, notice it. They might not come back and see it anyway. Anyway.
Yeah, I feel like we've covered a lot of good points.
Yeah, I think that's like all the.
Bear fell asleep.
I'm here.
You just kind of like lifted up your sombrero. It's like, oh yeah.
I was letting y'all have your time, man. I talk too much.
Oh,
humbug.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Thanks
Also,
for that.
I think that's pretty much all the questions that I could read. Just
Hey, if you guys want to ask more questions about whatever, feel free. We might read them and do another segment like this next time if you want.
Doesn't have to be about Twitch and YouTube.
It doesn't. Yeah, I would actually prefer that it wasn't. To be honest,
I don't mind if it is. I kind of enjoy talking about this stuff.
I do too, but it feels like I'm sucking my own dick all the time, and
oh yeah, well,
I don't like that.
Somebody's got to do it, right?
Yeah, that's true. I don't get any action.
Sorry, Ryan.
Thanks for watching Magic.
Sad.
Bye,
John doesn't
everybody.
get any
Bear's
sex.
gonna outro us. Okay, thank you.
Bye, guys.